The 2022 Spanish Grand Prix was a crucial turning point in this year's championship, as we've had our first points lead change at the top of the table. After cruising out in front, disaster struck for Charles Leclerc and Ferrari as a power unit issue forced the race leader to retire and handed the victory to his rival Max Verstappen. Not only did Verstappen collect the race win, he also overtook Leclerc as the championship leader, with his team also now sitting P1 in the Constructors' Championship. Despite terrific results from both Ferrari and Red Bull so far in 2022, it hasn't been without issues or headaches, as both Leclerc and Verstappen have dropped points due to reliability. With such a turnaround in the championship, did the 2022 Spanish Grand Prix open the door for another championship contender that has been quietly waiting in the wings? Before we dive into the video, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already and enable notifications. Ferrari looked near bulletproof to start this year, but since then they have shown a few chinks in the armor that can make them vulnerable. Their Spanish Grand Prix upgrades were working quite well as Leclerc took another pole position and was in control of the race while his rivals made errors. But as Leclerc reported a loss of power on lap 27, the Scuderia in Tifosi's heart sank as a perfect day turned into disaster. The suspected issue on the Ferrari power unit was either an MGUH or turbo failure, but the team will do a full investigation back at Maranello. Leclerc's retirement probably wasn't helped by the fact that rapper Drake placed his first Formula 1 bet on Leclerc to win the Spanish Grand Prix. The retirement handed the victory to Red Bull, who was having a roller coaster weekend once again with a ton of issues. Next to Verstappen's spin at turn 4, the reigning world champion was suffering from DRS issues that plagued his ability to overtake the likes of George Russell. The issues were a result of Red Bull going to extreme lengths to save weight on the car, which led to the malfunctions on the rear wing. But that wasn't all of Red Bull's troubles either. Verstappen and Perez almost had to start from the pit lane or at the back of the grid due to fuel temperatures being too low before going to the grid. Similar to the issues Aston Martin had in Miami, Red Bull were at risk of compromising their grid starts, but luckily for them, they avoided a penalty and ended up scoring another 1-2 finish. It means Max Verstappen keeps up his 2022 record of winning every race he's finished in, but he and the team knows that it's not a sustainable model for winning a title. And on Ferrari's side, the performance of the F175 is certainly there, and Leclerc is delivering at a championship level. But the struggles from the second Ferrari of Carlos Sainz is really hurting the team in more ways than one. Points are being lost ever so slightly, but this is opening the door for a familiar rival who might have just unlocked the potential of their 2022 machine.
Hey guys, we'll get back to the video in just a moment. I'd just like to say a quick thank you to today's video sponsor, NordVPN. Now, if you don't know what a VPN is, it's a virtual private network that protects your internet connection and privacy online by hiding your IP address and allows you to browse the web safely if you're accessing public Wi-Fi. We use it all the time here at the Backmarkers F1 show when I'm looking for the latest news about F1 from around the world and I can't access it because of my location. With one click, boom, I'm connected either on my Android or PC and I'm racing through the web no problem. And you guys that watch F1 will know that you need a good VPN to be able to access F1 from anywhere around the world. So if F1 content is blocked in your area, you can use NordVPN's over 5,400 servers in 60 plus countries to watch the 2022 season. So check the pinned comment in this video or in the description box below to get an exclusive NordVPN deal with us at nordvpn.com/backmarkers. So check out NordVPN guys, all the info in the description box below, and now let's get back to the video.
Mercedes have been in damage limitation mode to start the 2022 season, as their W13 has been a handful to drive. Spain was a highly anticipated weekend for them, as it is the typical location for a big upgrade package. The updates to the W13 seem to have worked very well, as Russell scored another podium and Hamilton fought back to finish in 5th. The main area of focus for the Barcelona upgrade was on the floor of the Mercedes, which seems to have helped reduce the aggressive porpoising plaguing the drivers. It's been one of the first weekends of 2022 where Mercedes team principal Toto Wolff has been overly positive, saying that Hamilton probably had the fastest car today after recovering from his opening lap contact with Kevin Magnussen. Although Mercedes might not be on par with Red Bull and Ferrari in terms of pure pace, they've been steady enough in 2022 to stay in the fight. George Russell is the only driver in 2022 to finish all 6 races in the top 5. The Brit looked right at home fending off Max Verstappen for a couple of laps, and his consistency sees him only 36 points off of the championship lead. And consider this, after Australia, Charles Leclerc led the championship by 46 points over Verstappen. Here we are 3 races later, Verstappen is now the championship leader by 6 points, Red Bull have taken over the constructors, and Leclerc hasn't won a race since Melbourne. If Mercedes can start unlocking the performance of the W13, Russell will be right there to punish the mistakes from Red Bull and Ferrari. Reliability will be key in 2022, as even Mercedes had serious overheating issues toward the end of the Spanish Grand Prix, but this race just goes to show how quickly things can change in F1. Ferrari is still incredibly quick and should be strong at Monaco, and Red Bull have got themselves a fast car as well. But if your car doesn't make it to the end, maybe it will be the slow and steady who wins the race, or even the championship. So what did you think of the 2022 Spanish Grand Prix? And do you think Mercedes are knocking on the door of the championship contention? Comment your thoughts down below, and if you enjoyed this video, leave us a like and subscribe to the channel.